Pineal gland cleansing. This type of exercise is not a physical level cleansing. For that, there are already well-known methods such as eliminating fluoride found in the toothpaste or using coconut oil. Over the course of the century, this gland became calcified, and this is not a coincidence, as is the third eye. The ajna is where all fluoride resides present in the body are deposited. Therefore, for those who wish to decalcify it at the physical level, I recommend use fluoride-free toothpaste and consume 1 tablespoon of coconut oil in the morning on an empty stomach for at least 21 days in order to notice a real change. When it's become calcified, it's sent up to becoming blocked. The problem is that this important organ, if not fundamental in the spiritual fields, becomes completely blocked, leaving the person without any kind of support for perception, intuition, and even less the ability to reach levels of channeling. If the sixth chakra is blocked, the person may remain very focused on the daily life. They cannot see beyond, nor are they able to reach of situations happening on their environment, much less perceive warnings in the form of intuition that usually arrive through this gland, with deception when the intuition comes directly from the heart chakra, anahata. As a result, they are also enabled to imagine and, at the same time, create new horizons through the visualizations. This also brings problems in a meditation due to the lack of concentration. The list of problems derived from years of fluoride accumulation on this gland is endless, but perhaps the most important is having the channelage completely closed. The channels to which the energy of the body flows, the well-known Kundalini, which is a respected masculine and feminine energized, Pingala and Ida. Likewise, the energy that enters the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, cannot connect with Ajna, the third eye. Therefore, we cannot clearly project what are desired outward, nor can we receive helps, among which the most is important. For some kind of person, the channeling. For those who are not familiar with the term, channeling can be described as receiving information through the energetic channels that pass through this gland, from which the Eye of Horus originated. Yes, the Eye of Horus is a representation of the pineal gland. Channeling is receiving information in the form of images, premonitions, warnings, words, phrases, and even established conversation with beings of light from other planes far or superior to ours. They might even be angels, archangels, or guardian angels, ascended masters, or simply spiritual guides who know our past, present, and the future and guide us toward the best possible path to our goals, always provided that we allow in hand, above all authorizing them to make the contact, otherwise they will not. They always respect the love of free will. Keep in mind that because if something comes in contact with you without authorization, is probably no life. Now it's time to see how to cleanse this gland at an energetic level and the list as I have channeled. It's a very easy, simple method, and with seconds of being in it, I can perceive the change. It can be performed either standing or seated. I recommend being barefoot in connection with the hair on the floor of your home. The more natural to support, the better. Our arms form 19-degree angles by which the upper arm and the forearms. These, together with the hands, are directly outwards in supine position. The minimum separation is shoulder width apart. Afterward, I can be extended by rotating outward. The distance will be determined by the following factor. We must close your eyes and imagine a gigantic triangle. Therefore, the idea is that the palms of your hands hold the edges of this base. We will open arms as wide as the size of the pyramid created in your mental imagining. Inside is the pineal gland, or the symbol of the infinite. Visualization it is optional. What the matter is the pyramid, the surrounded is must be a pure gold color of the highest frequency and excellent for sealing energetic work, which is widely used in meditation practice. Now, the work is divided in two parts. At the physical level, we imagine the energy moving from your right hand into the left hand in a straight line. Once it reaches the left hand, it rises diagonally toward the third eye and forms the descent diagonally back to the right hand. It's a perfect triangle is formed. At the energetic level, this translates into the seeding. The energy stands from the right point of the lower base of the pyramid, move toward the left, going up to the top point, and descend to the right, meaning it's a full rotation. It's important to keep in mind that it will be common to see the exercise being a very slow speed, and the color of the pyramid will likely appear dark and opaque, or the earth. As we repeat, we will see the speed increase and go beyond out of control, accelerating the brightness and the intensity of the light. We will increase significantly. This is not only cleans or unblocks the gland, but also means to stimulate energy in our closest energy field. You may even notice chills along your spine or goosebumps on their arms. This energy directly impacts the fields that surround us, but it must be clearly understood that we initiate this on an energetic plan, and then is transferred to the physical plane. Therefore, within seconds or minutes, one can observe the degree of manifestation and interact of the third eye in the plane of our reality, as it cleanses of energy and interacts with the field in a toroidal form. It is in the same field that the scientists from the Hermat Institute on the State of America, California, have confirmed. They recognize its existence, validating the theory that we, through our own energy and especially through the pulse of the heart, anahata, interacts with the field extending at least 3 or 6 meters, which is why if a person is close to us, we can, if we focus, sense how they feel or even how contaminated the space feels, without using the physical sense, solely through the perception of the field. In summary of the practical exercise: feet on the ground, arms at 19 degrees, forearms and hands facing upward. We imagine a triangle with energy flowing left, up, down, and we continue until the energy pulse expands outward. I insist that you will feel the change immediately. Variant: concentrate all energy on the center of the triangle, creating a small sphere that quickly vibrates, begins to expand until it bursts and illuminates in all directions. Repeat this until your feet is nothing left to cleanse. When should the exercise be considered complete? When you feel that the energetic pulse is sufficient, or when your eyes tend to open because the brightness in the mental plane is creating discomfort in your physical eyes. You heard very well. The intensity of the brightness of this energy on the mental plane start to create discomfort in your physical eyes. With this practice, you will keep your pineal gland to cleanse and unblock on a permanent basis. Therefore, your levels of perception and intuition will be much higher. Another very important benefit is that as your body vibrates at a higher frequency, negative energy will have little or no effect. Remember the law: higher energies dominate the lower ones. That none of this is useful if you do not put into the test. Verify it for yourselves and then draw of your conclusion. How often is recommended to do this? Whenever you perceive and feel it is necessary. Your body will tell you when it's time for energetic maintenance.